hot minute since I've tried to stop my heart on camera. That's it. That's my intro. Hi, I'm Amanda. You're watching Swell Entertainment, and today I am reviewing Graham Stephan's new coffee, Bankroll Coffee. First and foremost, I would like to apologize in advance for the audio in this video. I am not in my usual setup. The mic is way farther from me than I would like, and also, this looks wrong. Like, just the setup, the framing of this looks wrong to me. And I'm assuming it's because it just shows how little actually done I have in my apartment, you know? Like, I have space, but I don't have a lot of stuff in that space. So this looks wrong. We're reviewing Graham Stephan's coffee today. Graham Stephan is a personal finance YouTuber here on YouTube, and he has a running bit on his channel because his channel is all about saving money and how you can personally grow your finance and things like that. But he has a running joke on his channel about how he makes his own 20-cent iced coffee every single day. His whole thing is like, oh, you're spending way too much money on coffee. Look at this right here. This is my 20-cent iced coffee. And I don't like iced coffee much. Sorry, I'm a bad bisexual. But because he has that running 20-cent iced coffee joke, people were always wondering when he was going to release the recipe, and then he did. And then according to Graham, in a video he put out talking about how he was sued for his coffee company or something, which seems to be the running gag for people who are starting businesses on YouTube. It's like, I was sued, but it does seem like there was at least something that happened with Graham, because Graham says that he was reached out to by a subscriber with a bunch of coffee mugs in a box. The fan basically said, hey, I have a fulfillment center. Let me help you do this. I'll set it up. We'll do this. And they started working together to start making the 20-cent iced coffee, and they were going to call it Brew Coffee. And they did all the bagging, and they did all of this stuff, and blah, 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 blah. They did all the things you need to do to set up a business. They did that. Basically, they promoted it on Graham's Instagram, just a little photo with the packaging and everything. And supposedly someone reached out and said, hey, I have a trademark that's similar to yours and with the same color branding. If you go live with this, I'm going to have to take you to court or whatever. And so talk to a trademark lawyer, and trademarks are annoying as hell. They decided, hey, we're going to do something completely different. Instead of Brew Coffee, it is now Bankroll Coffee, and there's a variety of options. I've reviewed quite a few different coffee and caffeine brands on this channel, most notably Emma Chamberlain, but quite a few creators have gotten into the coffee space. And Emma Chamberlain, makes sense for her to go into coffee. Graham, he has the running 20-cent coffee bit. Makes sense for him to go into coffee. Zane and Heath from the Vlog Squad, they were the other ones that I think did coffee more recently. I tried to buy that one, it's sold out, and then I haven't heard them say a word about it since then, so I'm assuming it's done. Never reviewed that one. They used to have it's coffee talk time or whatever the hell on their vlogs. So some people who do coffee, it makes sense for them to do coffee. Some people it doesn't, but Graham is one of those people who it does make sense. But a couple of you were tweeting at me I'm not buying Graham Stephan's coffee until Swell reviews it. So here I am reviewing it. As always, I paid for this myself. And because again, I wanted to review a variety of the flavors, I got the total portfolio bundle, and I got them all ground because I have my little Keurig here and I have my refillable pod. So we're gonna use that to test all of these. I don't have a French press at this house. This apartment. Of all of the brands that I've seen for influencer coffee brands, Graham's is the most reasonably priced. And he said in his video that his whole thing with this coffee brand is that he's not doing it to do a quick buck. He wants to have it basically grow over time, even without him mentioning it, which I think is kind of smart for why he doesn't have like Chamberlain coffee, for example, Emma Chamberlain made that. However, you could see Bankroll Coffee on a shelf and you would have no idea that Graham was involved in it, you know? Which, ow. Yes, I did just whack my head on my counter. I mean, I should have known that was going to happen today. Ow. Hang on. That really hurt. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing on the packaging itself that mentions Graham, which I think is kind of smart. And also, I mean, it's smart long term. In the moment, probably not, because at the end of the day, ventures that a lot of YouTubers get into, they're usually often kind of portrayed as a secondary merch option. It's oh, this is like my take on this or whatever, but like a lot of people think of it as merch stuff. I mean, I bought the mug, but even the mug, because I have a mug collection, so naturally I have to buy a mug from all these. I have an Emma Chamberlain coffee mug, my Chamberlain coffee mug somewhere. No idea where it is. It's somewhere at my dad's house, but I have one. Bankroll Coffee. It's a fairly decent mug. It's just printed on there. It's a mug. I don't know what to tell you. He did a bit where he signed 69 of them. I did not get one of those because I didn't know about it until literally this morning. But yeah, I will say that the my head hurts. So not only am I stopping my heart with caffeine today, I'm getting a concussion on camera. Fun. I have a date today. I would like to not be concussed. I will say that Graham's coffee pricing is the most reasonable that I've seen. For example, for the full bundle, which I believe was 5 of Emma Chamberlain's coffee bundles of all of them when I reviewed her like relaunch of the brand. I believe it was 147 in total. However, for all 5 of these coffees, it came to, where did I even put my sheet? Hang on. For all 5 of the coffees, it came to $43.21 for the bundle. And then the mug itself was $13.99. The mug itself cost more in total than like one thing of coffee, I think. I should do that math. My fridge is making sounds. Sorry if you hear it. I'm just a mess. I've got a blister on my foot that's making it difficult to walk. I whacked my head. I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, it's $8.64 for a whole pack of coffee. I'm gonna try all these flavors because that's what we're doing. I haven't had any coffee today, so if anyone asks, my eyeliner is probably uneven because I did it without caffeine in my system. They also sent me this Bankroll Coffee card with a thank you note for joining me for a cup of Bankroll Coffee. I've been working hard to find the perfect cup of coffee that serves up all the flavor without breaking the bank, and this is the result. Enjoy the coffee and enjoy the savings. Graham Stephan. I also got some stickers. I got this square one. I got a circle one. It's nice. Nice touch. I like that. Also, this was shipped fairly quickly, which I always like with ground coffee and just coffee brands in general. I like when it ships quick. It was pretty much almost overnighted after I ordered it, so that was nice. I think I've drawn this out enough. Should I start light and go dark? Probably. Also, side note, this is an espresso roast. That's not really a thing. Not really. Espresso is how the coffee is extracted. It's not like the roast itself. Sorry. Former brewery stuff. Everything's named like kind of funny things. This one's like hold, hodl, hold. Someone's gonna get mad at me for not being good at investing, but you know what? I've really only started getting into investing this year. And before anyone asks, I do watch Graham Stephan's videos. He's like one of the only channels that both me and my dad watch. He probably watches every single one of them. I watch a good deal of them. Mostly I like when he does the breakdowns on the Graham Stephan Show channel, because I'm nosy, and so I like hearing about people's finances, and he goes through and like breaks it down. Sometimes talks about like how they could benefit from things, and I always find that interesting. So we'll do cold blast, morning drip, balanced and smooth dark roast. We've got double down, bright and rich, medium roast. We've got 20-cent coffee, medium roast, and we've got Diamond Hands, bright and full-bodied, light roast. We're gonna do Diamond Hands first. So I now have a Keurig. Before I had a CBTL coffee bean. Wow, I just spilled water everywhere. I'm doing so great this morning, really, truly. Eventually I will get to try the coffee. On the back of all the packages, it says how to make. For hot coffee, use cold and filtered water, 2 tablespoons ground coffee per 6 fluid ounces of water, adjust to taste, brew and enjoy. And then there's an iced coffee one, but we're not doing the iced coffee one today, the end. So I'm doing 12 ounces, so I'm gonna fill up my cup like I usually do. If I can open this, Jesus, am I that out of shape? Oh my God, are you kidding me? I just had to take my scissors and yank this thing. That's actually pathetic. Okay, anyway. It's vacuum sealed, all the good stuff. Got a little zipper pouch, so it's resealable. And now we just wait for it to brew. And I'm gonna ice my head again.
What the hell is that on your back? Oh, this little guy is just a little baby gator.
What the hell?
You know,
What the hell just happened? Did I do it wrong? It's never done that.
this little guy is just a little baby gator. It was all alone. I don't know where it's
Dead ass, I don't know what the fuck happened. Is it too thin of a ground? Okay. I may have fucked up. This is just full of coffee grounds. I'm gonna be drinking a cup full of coffee grounds right now, aren't I? Yep, that's what's happening. I'm doing so great. What the hell happened? Okay, so I'm gonna adjust for the next one. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're gonna let that drip for a second. Oh God, it's dead ass never done that before. It's in there fine. What the fuck? Oh, is the lid not on properly? Oh, I may have done that. That's maybe my bad. I think we're gonna be fine. I think I'm just gonna suck it up and drink the goddamn coffee. I think that's what's gonna happen right now. Okay. Hot, yep. It's magically delicious. I'm fairly certain it's my fault because initially I thought the grind was off because there was no option for like what ground I wanted. It was just ground coffee or whole bean and I didn't have a grinder. We're gonna let that sit for a second. Okay, I think it's settled enough. Let's see. Okay, better. Much better. Even without the grounds. Oh wow. Sorry, they just went down my throat. It's definitely a light roast. It's not bad. It's definitely bright, I'll say that. I wouldn't say full bodied, but again, that could be my fuck up at this point. We're gonna move on because that's mostly undrinkable. Wow. I just want you to see the dumb amount of coffee grounds in my cup. Can you see? Okay, so as I'm looking at the grinds that I just dumped out and cleaned out, I'm noticing that it looks a bit all over the place for a grind. There's different types of grinds for coffee, okay? From whole bean, you know, then you've got drip grinds, you've got pod grinds, espresso grinds, which is much finer, Turkish, French press, you know, there's a lot of different pour over grinds, you know, there's a lot of different grinds. I don't know if they ground this multiple times or what, but like there's a variety of sizes in the grind. Looking at it, like it doesn't look right. So we're gonna try the next bag and see what happens. The next one's gonna be the 20-cent coffee. It's a medium roast, balanced and robust. It's also ground. And we're just gonna see how this goes. Are you joking? Okay. Oh, there we go, thank God. I was like, that's pathetic if I can't do it one more time. I'm gonna be very careful with how I load the machine this time and see if that helps things. Yeah, see, the grind is a little all over the place. I don't know how to demonstrate that for you. Is the headache I have from coffee or from whacking my head? Who knows? Clean as you go, you're not an animal. Let's see what happens this time. I'm prepared for whatever may come. Let's see. Notice how it's taking a second? That's how it's supposed to go. So that's what a cup of coffee is supposed to look like. Is there coffee grounds on my floor already? I'm doing fantastic, you guys. We're doing great. Yay. Yeah, much more flavor this time around, but I mean, I'd be concerned if it didn't have flavor after all that. That one's good. This is the 20-cent iced coffee. As far as robust, there's definitely a lot of different flavors in there. I'm gonna do a splash of almond milk. This is what I usually do in the morning, for those wondering. Usually I'm a black coffee person, but on days like this where I really need coffee and it's hot, I just go bloop with some unsweetened almond milk to cool it down. Not sweetened almond milk, because sweetened almond milk sucks. Much better as far as the temperature goes. The coffee itself is not bad. The robust I get, it's definitely a little all over the place with the flavor, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like, kind of sits on your tongue for a second, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna transfer this to a different cup and keep drinking it. So now we have Bankroll Coffee Double Down, medium roast. Oh God, 3 more to go. We can do this. I can do this. Am I supposed to pull that one too? No, I can't be, yeah. Okay, hey. Yes, I cut the bag. No, I don't feel bad about it. Boom. Good job. Boom, boom. It's still going. We have coffee again. So this is Double Down, bright and rich. It's a medium roast. I'm gonna give it 2 seconds to not burn my tongue. It's definitely a medium roast. See, it tastes like no, because it tastes light though, but it's not, and I know it's not. I will say this, between the two already, 20-cent iced coffee has better flavor. This one's not bad. It just doesn't have as good a flavor as, it's not rich at all. I'm sorry, I disagree. It's really not rich. Yeah, I definitely get the bright flavor, like, cause it's a lighter medium, I would say, but it's definitely not rich. Yeah. So next, we have morning drip. This one is a dark roast. Are you excited? I don't know if I am. If I am, wow. I don't feel bad about dumping that one. 20 cents winning so far. Ow. 1 moment. I killed a bug. Ooh, this one smells nice. I really want to know how they're grinding these coffee bags because the grind just seems a little all over the place. I don't know. Guess this is what I'm like in the mornings. William, I know you're going to hate me in editing. I'm sorry. This is a dark roast. This is morning drip, balanced and smooth. This one I already liked because it smelled really good. Let it cool for a second. Let's see. This tastes like something else. This tastes like a different coffee brand. Oh, that's what it tastes like. So at my coffee place, I used to be a barista. Coming up on my 1-year anniversary of being a full-time content creator, we would go through like a variety of coffees and we'd switch them out seasonally, whatever. But this tastes eerily similar to our Guatemala roast. This doesn't tell me where they source their coffee from, but I want to bet that it's Guatemala for this one. I don't know why. I'm just choosing to believe that. It's not bad. I'm going to blend these two so I can warm up my coffee, and that got all over my counter. Wow. Okay. Anyway, we've got one more to go. Okay, mixing morning drip and 20 cent isn't the best idea, but it's also not the worst. So next we have Hodl. I'm too dyslexic for this. I looked at this for 2 seconds and it took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, that looks wrong. And I thought that my brain was fucking with me. But no, it's HODL, hold, whatever the fuck. It's an espresso roast. It's ground strong and robust. So I'm intrigued. We're going to try it again. Small batch, locally roasted and hand packed in Los Angeles. Okay, but where is the beans sourced from? That's what I want to know. Okay, last one. My one complaint so far, my main complaint, I should say. Because the grind looks off to me and I can't fully explain to you why it looks off. It just looks like it's a little all over the place. However, these packages are annoying as shit to open. Maybe I'm just weak as hell, but you know what? That's what I'm saying and I'm sticking with it. Last coffee. And then I gotta be done. This is the espresso roast, by the way, which isn't really a thing. Hot. This tastes exactly the same like one of the other ones. I can't tell which one it was. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite. Right now, I still think the 20 cent one is the best. I think I'm just gonna stick with that. Yeah, 20 cent coffee, hands down the best. That's my recommendation if you only wanna buy one of them. 20 cent coffee. The mug is a mug. I don't know what else to tell you. Overall, as far as pricing goes, I really can't complain about the pricing. Even just any type of specialty coffee like this, pretty fairly priced, especially for a YouTuber coffee brand, incredibly priced when you consider the others. I mean, I admire the fact that he acknowledges, well, I shouldn't say I admire the fact. I would expect him to be aware of like long-term gains over immediate payout because that's his whole thing, you know, like that would make more sense. That's really gonna be it for this video. I don't know what else to tell you. It's coffee. I need to eat something so I don't hyperventilate. Have you tried Bankroll Coffee? Were you waiting for me to try Bankroll Coffee? Do you watch Graham Stephan? I have another question, I just don't remember what it was. Let me know, comment down below. That's gonna be it. Shout out to my patrons for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd also support me on Patreon, that'll be listed down below so I can keep buying things like coffee to review for you. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, that'll be all up here. And that's gonna be it. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. you happen to see this and Jack is single, feel free to let him know that my DMs are open. Thank you, Allie, Alan, Alex, Brayden, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, Cody, Colton, Crash PC, Destiny, Devin, Derwin, Don, Elliot, Evan, Feckless, Hopeless, Hollow, Jekka, Ray, Joe, John, M, Jordan, Joseph, Kenny, Kevin, Kim, Kristen, Lex, Lisa, Louise, Manga, Matt, O, Matthew S, Meme Lord the Red, Michael, Jonathan, Frolic, Rob, Robert, Ross, Sam, Simon, Stephen, Tasha, Timothy, Tom, Wendy, Williams, Entry.